Hello everybody, it's Sydney. Yes, I am going to prison and I'm in like a really good mindset about everything. I feel really positive and good about my whole situation, and it took me a really long time get to get there. Like, I have been going through this whole thing in court for the last year, and for a majority of the time I was really miserable and feeling really bad about myself, or like feeling bad for myself, I guess. And I just wanted to share this because I figure if I can go through all this crazy stuff and still remain really positive, and have such a good outlook on life in general, maybe sharing that can help someone that's going through some shit too, no matter what it is. I mean, life doesn't always play in our favor, but I think it's really important to just stay positive about everything. For a long time, it was really annoying just because people are always like, stay positive, and it's like, that's easy for you to say because you're not in my situation, but it is so true. Like, keeping a positive mindset about everything is so important. And yeah, I can honestly say I'm like so at peace with my whole situation. I'm feeling really good. And a big reason I wanted to make this video is so that I can hopefully keep this whole mindset, because prison isn't exactly like, seems like the funnest place in the world, and I'm really worried about that kind of like breaking me down, a little bit. And that's my biggest fear, is like coming out of it not the same like happy positive person. So I feel like if I document it, how I'm feeling right now, it'll be something good to look back on after my whole experience. But I'm pretty confident that I'll be able to stay in this kind of positive mindset and really use this whole shitty situation as a really good opportunity to just grow and improve myself and move forward in life. But yeah, if you are surprised by this whole thing, I was too. I've been going through this whole thing. I got arrested like a little over a year ago. So I'm recording this, it's actually July now of 2019, and I got arrested over a year ago. I think it was either the end of May or beginning of June of 2018. And just had been going through the whole court process. I didn't go to trial, but I just had an attorney, and we were trying to get like a better deal with the prosecuting attorney. And I'll kind of get more into like the details of that later, but at first it was really surreal. Like, I felt like my life was over. Like, when I first got arrested, I was like so afraid and just like constantly living in fear, like not knowing what was gonna happen to me, like not knowing, like, am I gonna have a felony on my record? I was like, my life is over, like, is what I really thought. Like, I'm never gonna be able to get a job. I can't go to prison. Like, I'm so like small and like innocent, like, like, I don't see myself being the type to like do well in prison, like, I was really, really terrified, like, and just like miserable. Like, for a long time I was just hating myself, like couldn't believe that my life like had come to that. I couldn't believe that I had let myself get into like a situation and like get down such a dark path to where like this is where I ended up. And I just hated myself. I was crying all the time. I was always like sad and scared, and it was so hard to just like go on and live my life and like act like everything was normal and try to just move forward when it felt like my whole life was over. But it took me a really, really, really long time of like just being miserable and sad and like super depressed before I kind of just came to the conclusion that like whether I'm super bummed out about this and like living in fear and living like constantly stressed about everything and like mad at myself and sad, like whether I'm feeling that way or whether I'm just making the best out of my situation and like staying positive, even if the outcome is still gonna be like the same as far as like legally, yeah, exactly, the outcome is still gonna be the same, like whether I'm happy and like positive about it or whether I'm miserable. So like I realized like, oh my god, I had almost wasted a whole year of my life before even going to prison, before even like getting sentenced or like any of that. I just wasted a whole year being miserable and like stressed out about something that hasn't even happened yet. And so that just like drove me crazy. So I really just started, keeping a positive attitude about everything, and finally just kind of came to the conclusion that like it is what it is, like I can't change it. So yeah, now where I'm at right now, like I'm just really at peace with everything. I'm feeling super good, and it feels better now knowing what's gonna happen, because for a long time we were trying to like fight everything in court, and it was like stressful that like, oh, maybe I won't get this, but maybe I will, and it was just like, I don't know. It's been really, really crazy, but so here's some more like details, I guess, kind of about what happened. Oh, sorry, by the way, I forgot to mention at the beginning of the video, if this is kind of all over the place, and I don't have like editing software or anything, I'm just filming this from my iPhone, so I apologize if this is kind of crazy, but I just have a lot of like thoughts and things to say that I want to get out, and I'm just sick of like lying to people or pretending like this isn't what's happening. I just graduated college, and so it's not even like exciting to tell people, because the first thing everyone asks is like, oh, do you have a job lined up? Like, what are your plans for the future? And my plans is that like I'm going to prison. Like, it's not exactly exciting to tell people and talk about, so I just want to post this video so that it's out there and I don't have to tell people in person and see their reaction and talk about it for 3 hours. Anyway, as I was saying, I was just going down like a really dark path for quite a while. I was like using a lot of drugs, unfortunately, got really into that for a little bit, just because I was like partying all the time in college, and didn't even really realize that it was happening. It's such a slippery slope, and I kind of got caught up in all of that. I got arrested, and then immediately hired a lawyer. Like, I went to jail for just like one, like overnight, and then I had like court the next morning and got a lawyer, and had just been working through the whole process of like trying to cut a plea deal with the prosecuting attorney, and basically if I had gone to trial, I could have gotten like up to like 8 years in prison because of all these like crazy enhancements that they could have thrown on me. And the deal that the prosecutor gave me was a year and a day. So anything over a year is in like prison, and then anything less is in like county jail. So yeah, that was like pretty crazy to me, but my lawyer kept saying like, we think that we can get something better, like let's keep working on it. But my prosecutor just would not budge. I even met with her, which I guess is pretty uncommon. Like, I went and talked to her and like explained my situation to try to get like drug court or something where it's just like you take drug classes and then it's probation and there's no felony on your record. But she just wouldn't go for that. So throughout like the whole year, I was just kind of dealing with that. Also, when I got arrested, the police told my school, so I got suspended for 2 quarters. So I was just working, and it was super frustrating because to me, like immediately after everything happened, after I got arrested, like I cleaned up my act, you know, like I was like too scared to ever, you know, do anything again. And like I really realized like, okay, I was going down a really bad path, and like I'm really honestly happy that this happened to me, because who knows where I would be now if I hadn't gotten in trouble. So there's a positive to every situation, but it was super frustrating that like the prosecutor wouldn't see that, you know, I've changed. I got like a internship with a really good company. I had been working, and then spring quarter I like finished school and graduated with my bachelor's, and it just like didn't matter to her. Like nothing changed. So I eventually just took the plea deal, and then it was like that was that, and I was like, okay, I don't have to worry anymore. By that point, I was already starting to realize that it is what it is and I can't change it, and I'm feeling really good about everything going into it. I'm trying to think if I have anything else that I really wanted to say about everything, but just if you can take away anything from this, it's like no matter what we go through in life, like how we respond to it and how we react and our mindset going through these situations, like is the most important thing. Like I said, if this hadn't happened to me, like something worse probably would have. So I'm really glad that it did happen when it happened. Of course, like ideally I wouldn't have to go to prison after I've already like learned my lesson in this last year, but you know, it is what it is, and hopefully that this can be like a really good opportunity for me to just take some time to myself, learn and grow. And it was funny, I was like telling one of my friends like that about this whole situation, how I'm going to prison, and he was like, you're gonna have so much time to meditate. And I'm like, yeah, exactly, like it doesn't have to be like such a bad experience. Sorry if I keep looking out the window, there's like a bird like jumping around. But yeah, like I don't know, just make the best of every situation that you've got. If anyone wants to like write me letters or anything, you can look up on like the Department of Corrections website. You can look up my name, Sydney Hipke, and like see where I'll be placed, because I don't know yet, but I get sentenced as of right now. It'll be July 12th, so that's next Friday. And yeah, send me money if you want. No, it should take probably a while after I get sentenced before all that's put into the system and everything, just because they have to like hold me in the jail, and then they'll move me, from what I understand, to get like placed into the prison. So I don't even know where I'm going yet. Hopefully it's somewhere close to my family. And yeah, but thank you to everyone that's been like really nice and said really positive things to me and just like been there for me through everything. Like I really appreciate it so much. I don't know how I would have done this without all my friends by my side. And yeah, I'm just really thankful. Obviously this isn't ideal, but I'm gonna make the best of it. And if you guys have any questions or anything, I want to like make more videos. I think it would be really fun to, you know, make videos once I get out and see if I still have this kind of positive mindset. I'm really hoping that, you know, I'll be just as good, if not better. And I want to make videos like telling my stories about like my experience in there, because I think that would be really interesting. So if you guys are interested in seeing stuff like that, let me know by like subscribing, and then I'll know that you want to see it. You can turn on like the notifications so that you'll be alerted next time I like post a video. So I'll let you know when I'm out, and I'll post a video right away. But leave any questions that you have for me in the comments, either for before or like after. Maybe if I have time, I'll make like a question and answer video about any sort of questions that you guys have. But I don't even know how many people are gonna watch this, but it would be really cool if I, made some more videos. So thanks for watching and have a good day.